Get ready for your daily dose of marketing strategies and tactics from entrepreneurs with the guile and experience to help you find success in any marketing capacity. You're listening to Marketing School with your instructors, Neil Patel and Eric Su.
Welcome to another episode of Marketing School. I'm Eric Su.
And I'm Neil Patel.
And today we're going to talk about the 7 essentials to building a $1 million business. So I guess I can get started on this. Thinking about a $1 million business. Well, guess what? You kind of have to have product market fit. You have to have something that people actually want, and you can validate that from sales. But also when you're doing that, I mean, even before that, you got to make sure you're doing the right customer development so you're not going to lose your shirt. But a product market fit.
Yeah, the thing I would say is if you're trying to build a $1 million business, and my hack would be go out there, go find all the competitors who have customers, go find all your competitors, go look at their customer list, hit them up and offer the same product or service for cheaper. Like, it's stupid. It's a grind. It really does work. I've tried it myself. This is how I grew when I first started off, because everyone's like, oh, you're offering SEO consulting? We're paying so-and-so 20 grand a month. I was like, I'll do it for 10. I'll even throw in your first month for free. When you're starting off, you don't really have that many expenses. And you can even do cool things where it's like you do stuff for free in exchange for referrals, or they have to send out email blasts, assuming they're influencers and well-known.
Yeah, and the other thing I would say is, look, we talk about this all the time, but ultimately any business you see around the world it's not really, I mean, yes, you're important, but it's ultimately the people around you that are helping you build it. So the team is important. Make sure you invest the time into building a great team. And look, if you don't know the first thing about building a team, invest resources into, reading books or getting training. Like the book Who, for example. That's Who with a question mark. Check that out. Learn how to build a great team.
Yeah, the fourth tip I have for you is get an office. Everyone these days is talking about a virtual company and how you can be placed everywhere. And yes, that's true. You can do well. But if you don't have your team in one place, what you'll find is the communication is inefficient. It's much harder to build a big business without an office. And yes, there are big virtual companies, but if you look at the largest companies in the world, the Apples, the Googles, the Microsofts, right? You keep naming them down the list. I bet you the top 100 or 1,000, none of them are virtual. They all have physical locations, offices, and people coming. Not because it's, there's not tools like Slack or Skype where they can get their employees to do work, or team members. It's because having a location with everyone in it makes communication so much more simpler. And I'm currently on my newest venture, which is an ad agency. And I kid you not, it's growing faster than any other business, because the one big difference, everyone's like, oh, you're using your name, you've been an entrepreneur for longer. Sure, that helps. But a huge difference is this is the first time from day one we put everyone in an office, and we're just like, hey, as a team, we're going to work in an office. And I kid you not, it's made the world of a difference, and I never would have imagined.
Actually, Neil, that's a really good point, because I think about when Singlegrain was actually fluttering around, we moved out of an office. And the reason it's been growing consistently in the last couple of years is because we moved back into one area. And the collaboration of what do you think about this? What about this? Things just move a lot faster. And I think the fact that we're both validating this right now is good enough. Anyway, number 5. This is number 5, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Number 5, you got to become a media company. Bill Gates said this over 20 years ago. He said that in the future, every company out there is going to be a media company. And I was hanging out with a really guy that's really well connected in Hollywood the other day, and he was saying, look, everything's going back to the influencers, especially the celebrities out there. So becoming a media company is going to allow you to control the attention, and that's going to allow you to figure out what your audience needs and how you can serve them best, which is part of the reason why we do this podcast.
Number 6, you have to have upsells and downsells. It's easier to generate more revenue from your existing customers than it is to generate new revenue. So stop trying to only close new sales. Add in upsells, add in downsells. I kid you not, you can generate anywhere from like 15, 20% more revenue from your existing customers on the low end, 30 to, I've seen up to 100% on the high end, but I've seen the good campaigns usually do around 30% extra revenue by just adding upsells. Like, just think about that. If you're doing $10 million a year, you don't have any upsells and downsells, adding them and fine tuning it, that gives you extra $3 million in revenue, and you didn't have to pay for those users because you already have them. Your marketing costs are lower, your profit margins are way higher. It's a simple way to grow not only your revenue, but your margins become way better as well.
Number 7, since you're on the path to going to 7 figures, think about focusing in on one channel. If you're really good at blogging, for example, focus in and lock in on that. If you're really good at sales outreach, for example, focus on that. But trying to do too many things at once is going to be a killer for you, especially in the early days. You got to figure out that one thing that works well for you and read the book, The One Thing by Gary Keller, and that's going to help you grow. So those are just 7 essentials to building a $1 million business. We can give you a lot more in the future, and we'll save that for later. But go to singlegrain.com/giveaway to check out our marketing goodies, and we'll see you tomorrow.
This session of Marketing School has come to a close. Be sure to subscribe for more daily marketing strategies and tactics to help you find the success you've always dreamed of. And don't forget to rate and review so we can continue to bring you the best daily content possible. We'll see you in class tomorrow, right here on Marketing School.